First of all, that's diabolical in Germany. I don't even think that exists. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, ready to start your day, you're fully caught up on your bills, and then you're hit with a notification that by the next pay period, which is in 2 weeks, you need to pay $4,000. Now wait, you panic. You look at your bank account and you look at all the payment history statements to make sure that you didn't miss a singular payment the entire year. And to your surprise, you haven't missed a single payment. So where exactly is this fee coming from? And then you look and you see that your HOA has charged you $4,000 at the last minute to replace roofs in your local area. And this was notified to you 10 days prior to them charging you. 10 days prior. Yeah, isn't that ridiculous? I don't think that would ever fly in Germany. I'm just saying. And that's the situation I'm in currently. So let's talk about one of America's biggest scams, homeowners associations. I bought my house in 2021 and I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. A lot of people recommended that I buy a house a lot sooner than that, and I decided, 2021 seemed like the perfect time to buy a house. Even though I thought the market was at its worst, I purchased my house then, and I've owned my own home for the last 3-4 years. Well, one of the little qualms with owning a home in America is that depending on where your home is located, 9.5 times out of 10, there's going to be a homeowners association attached with it. Now, what exactly is a homeowners association? A scam. What else could it be? I mean, seriously, America's the only place I know where you can buy a home and still not have full control over what you do and when you do what you do to your own place. Imagine spending $300,000, $400,000, no, $1 million on your own home just for an organization to tell you that you cannot do what you want to do to your own home. I wrote it down here so I don't stutter while I communicate how intense this is. Homeowners associations, otherwise known as HOAs, originated in the United States in the mid-20th century, initially designed to maintain property values and ensure uniformity in newly developed suburban neighborhoods. The concept gained popularity during the post-World War II housing boom, as developers sought ways to manage shared spaces like parks, pools, and roads. HOAs became more formalized in the 1960s and 70s, partly fueled by federal housing policies that encouraged private governance over public spaces and residential areas. While they were created to foster community standards, they've also been criticized for overreach, high fees, and restricting homeowners' personal freedoms. Now, let's dive more into that. I pay about $200 a month for HOA fees, and the HOAs cover things like cutting your grass, making sure that the outside of the homes are washed and whatnot, and then other little things like, just making sure the neighborhood is presented a very certain way, which also means you can't make certain decisions with your home. If you want to paint your house bright blue, fine. Okay, you're gonna get fined. If you want to put a garden gnome in your front yard, you can't. Even though you purchased the house yourself, HOAs have full control over the area that your house occupies, even the house that you occupy, which is ridiculous. I think that's absolutely insane. I think I paid about $200,000 for my home, $215,000 for my home, and I still have to abide by these wonky rules with the HOA, which I wasn't upset with initially until I got hit with this $4,000 fee 2 weeks before they want me to pay it. I think one of the craziest things about this entire situation is that when I called the property manager for the HOA, she told me that they had a meeting discussing this fee that I'm being charged, that everybody's being charged. It's not just me. Anybody who owns a property in that area in Florida is being charged the same price, roughly, basically based on square footage of what your roof size is. And they had this discussion 2 years ago. Guess how many people attended the meeting, the HOA meeting? 2 people. And apparently this is a very common thing where homeowners association organizations will do things like this. They'll make incredibly huge calls and then they wind up either increasing the price unbeknownst to the homeowner, or they make a drastic call in regards to a cosmetic change that can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars if not abided by the homeowner. It's insane. Again, what would you do if you woke up to an HOA, right? First of all, that's diabolical in Germany. I don't even think that exists. And they tell you you need to pay $4,000 in the next 2 weeks And for every month you don't pay, they add on an 18% interest rate.
What the fuck?
To the balance that's left over. Isn't that insane? So again, if you want to paint your house a weird color or decorate your house a certain way, nope, that'll be a fine. I mean, what is this, a monopoly? In the US, the HOAs always claim that they maintain property values. But really, they're like suburban dictators. Want a garden? No? Forget it. Grass too long? That's another fine. And don't get me started on the monthly fees. I mean, what are we even paying for? I kind of detailed earlier what I'm paying for, but is it worth the $200? First of all, let me let you in on a little secret. My HOA fees started off at $120 a month. Now they are up to $200. They can increase them however much they want. Property taxes, I understand, but HOA fees, ridiculous. I mean, honestly, what's the penalty if I just decide not to pay? Anywho's, escaping the nightmare of America and comparing it to Germany. Over there, they have something called Hausordnung, or house rules, but it's more about being considerate and not about fucking you over. For instance, like no loud parties after 10 p.m. And guess what? No one is measuring your lawn with a 10-meter stick. You actually get to live in your house. Free of charge. Just pay whatever the house costed and that's it. Yeah, there's taxes, but you don't have to worry about those ridiculous homeowners association fees. I think, again, it's just another way to squeeze the public dry. From what I've gathered, Germans are all about individual expression. So if you want to paint your house neon pink and plant a wildflower meadow, go for it. There is absolutely zero HOA breathing down your neck. Unlike America, where if you do any of those things, you might get a couple of police complaints and a very severe fine. Plus, one of the things I admire the most about Germany is they're very big on community gardens. So instead of fighting over fence lines, neighbors actually grow their veggies together. Now, I'm not sure if this is in all neighborhoods, but that's more common than not. Imagine that. A country that believes in not fucking its people over. Oh, wow. And America's so curious as to why so many people are leaving or there's this heavy wave of criticism coming. It's not because that's what's popular. It's because some things gotta change. I think I'm starting to understand why there is so much paperwork in Germany. Before I complained about it, but it's making far more sense at this point. There are so many loopholes in America to get away with screwing people over, and I think the paper trail that Germany has prevents people from getting, completely obliterated by the legal system when it comes to signing documents and securing deals and purchasing properties and things of that nature. Because looking at how long it takes to purchase a house in America, it's abominably fast compared to the length of time it takes to purchase a house in Germany. And I think it's for good reason. And I think I'm learning this now and realizing that I definitely need to do more research into what I'm getting myself into before I just pull the trigger. So, what's your take? Are HOAs the ultimate scam, or do they actually make sense? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're ready to ditch HOA fees, hit that like button and subscribe. Who knows? Maybe I'll move to Germany next year and start a garden revolution.